What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today I have to do a video retracting a statement. Yesterday I was watching Anda Tira on TikTok, right? And he was saying that Jake Haro had confessed, and he was with the authorities out there locating the body of baby Emmanuel. And I said that it was reported that baby Emmanuel had been found. Well, that's not the case. And I'm really not surprised. Obviously, Jake Haro is doing some kind of talking. Jake Haro is telling the cops whatever he's telling them, because I'm going to tell you right now, to get the authorities to escort you out of custody onto a potential crime scene, have the helicopters get up in the air, that's a lot of money. That's not cheap. That's not free. They're not going to just be like, hey, let's take a chance and roll the dice. No. Jake Haro has definitely said something. Now, knowing his past, the fact that he tried to blame his ex for what happened to his daughter, when we know damn well it was Jake, there's a good possibility that right now he's telling the authorities that Rebecca was the one that did everything and that he stumbled upon it. Who knows what kind of story he's telling. But he's going to tell the authorities, well, this is where Rebecca, this is probably what he's saying. This is where Rebecca told me it was, the baby was, right? I am under the belief that they probably didn't bury the baby, or if they did, they buried it in a shallow grave. Didn't put rocks over it. There's a lot of different wild animals out there. They caught the scent. Yes. A wild animal probably dug up the shallow grave. If that's the case, they may still find bones, but that's probably it. So even in baby Emmanuel's death, there was brutality. He was no longer in his body when he was placed in the earth by those monsters. But the shell that he left was probably found by a wild animal and devoured. We need to know. We need to know if that's the case. We need Rebecca and Jake out there. Where did you place this child, this innocent child that you had brutalized for 7 months? And whose life you guys chose to take. And you chose to do who knows what with the hacksaw that you bought. Wow. If they knew that they were going to dispose of the body out in the wilderness with all these wild animals, why the hacksaw blade? Why was there so much blood on the carpet? I think there's a whole lot more. I think there's a whole lot more to this couple. There's a lot of people whispering a lot of very evil things. And by the actions of these two, I tend to think they're right. Maybe not everything. But this wasn't something that happened accidentally. I think Jake's brother dying in that home should be looked into again. I think Rebecca should be questioned thoroughly about anything she knows about that. What type of dealings she was having with Jake's brother behind Jake's back. What could have triggered something where maybe there was some type of foul play? This couple, from the looks of it, and on the Tira was on he was on live last night, on another channel's live on YouTube last night, and he talked about that the in-laws own the home that Jake and Rebecca were living in. And they lived a few minutes away, 10, 15 minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes, I don't know what it was. But those people had to have seen the state that baby Emmanuel was in. They didn't call anybody. They weren't worried. Like, I think there's a lot of people that need to be questioned, that were in and out of that home, that were in and out of these people's lives, that were supposedly friends with these monsters. How is it that no one noticed what that baby looked like when it was a month or two old compared to when it was 7 months old, and didn't question anyone? The pictures are obvious. Something very, very wrong was happening to that child for a long time. The cops need to start putting heat on more of the people that were in that home. More of the family members. What the hell? How in the hell? The judge that gave, I can't even think right. Like, the case with the cruelty that Jake was found guilty of on his daughter. How was he not doing more time? But like, I don't get, how was a deal offered? What was that? Like, I don't get how was this individual allowed to be in the home with another child? His or anyone else's? I'm sure right now Rebecca, maybe today, was pulled out by investigators and was told, hey, we went to the location. We were told about the location, and maybe she might want to start talking. I don't know about the Stockholm Syndrome. I don't know. I mean, I know what it is. What I mean by that is I don't know if that's what she's under. But she needs to start coming clean, man. This was her child. I've believed, and I believe it's already happening, I believed that these guys were going to roll over on each other, point fingers, send each other away. But, you know, forget all that. That's going to happen no matter what. Where is the baby? Was the baby buried at least? These people seem to not give a damn about that child in any type of way. So I guarantee you, either the baby was just left in the open or the grave was very shallow. We don't want to imagine what went on in the home, but we can definitely imagine what a wild animal did when they found the corpse of their child. It's like every day this case gets uglier and uglier, and I think that's what's going to happen once these guys start telling on each other. The only good thing is that Jake and Rebecca can't hurt that baby anymore. That's the only good damn thing out of this whole thing. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.